In last week's video, I bought an old off-grid cabin and started the renovation process by tearing off the outside exterior walls. I spent several days after that cleaning up all the wood boards and packing them in my shed for repurposing. Then I spent 3 days doing a wilderness first aid course. The program was put off by Forestry Safety Association of Newfoundland and Labrador. The instructor, Dion Newman, was very knowledgeable and resourceful and taught us different techniques to help you survive in the woods in an emergency situation. And for me, living and working off-grid, it's nice to have and learn these skills year after year. We learn things such as building a shelter with the things you have on hand to get you through a night or two if you were stuck or lost in the woods. We also learn first aid and how to deal with a casualty if ever in an emergency situation in the backcountry away from civilization, and how to care for them till they get to an hospital or get the help they need. It was a fantastic 3 days and a great course to have. This course, as well as many others, are offered by Forestry Safety Association Newfoundland and Labrador, also known as FSANL. Thanks for being today's sponsors. Now it's back to today's video.
So in last week's video, I started a new renovation project on this old off-grid cabin. And with that video, I ended up getting a lot of views, a lot of new subscribers, which meant a lot of comments. And one of the 3 main comments that I seen often from various people was, why take off perfectly good cedar shakes? Why didn't you jack up the cabin first? Why didn't you do the roof first? So the thing is with me, like I said, I live here at an off-grid cabin. I am 60 kilometers away from a town that has any building supply stores. And even though we're into April month here, the main road into here is still full of snow. So we can't access to get in or out in a vehicle quite yet. And it'll probably be another few weeks before that happens. So with that being said, I can't get any equipment or materials in here to do certain things. So I have a 2 to 3 week period where basically we have no snow down here, but lots of snow out the road that can't get access to things getting in here. So rather than me doing nothing for those 3 weeks, I decided that I would start at this project and do what I can do while I'm waiting for other things to start. So the very first thing was, why didn't you jack up your cabin? I didn't jack up the cabin quite yet because I can't get the equipment and the machinery in here to start it quite yet. I'm hoping that that happens next week, will be the jacking up the cabin part. Why didn't I do the roof first? Well, I'm building another piece onto the side of this cabin, so I had to tie into the existing roof. So it was basically pointless to do the roof first until the new addition was on. I can't do the new addition yet until the cabin is jacked up. So that was reason number 2. Why did I take off the perfectly good cedar shakes? Well, back 4 or 5 years ago, this cabin was flooded. And I mean flooded to the point that there was water well above the countertops and the door handles in the cabin. And it was never ever fixed or taken care of. So all the insulation and stuff and the inside parts of the cabin got wet, and it's probably moldy. It also probably has a lot of mice and mice poop in it. And the cedar shakes only was on one side of the cabin. So my intention is to put vinyl siding on the cabin. Once it's done, it's easy, it's a lot cleaner and less maintenance, which is what I like. And personally, that's just what I wanted to put on. The cedar shakes I did not throw away. I will repurpose them. I have them all picked up and just stacked in my shed that I can use at a later project, maybe my shed, maybe a chicken coop or whatnot, but I did not throw them out. And that was the reasoning behind that. So because of my location, because of where I'm to, and because I'm here a lot by myself doing a lot of the projects, I picked the things that work well for me and adjust well for me, and in the end result, I'm gonna do what I like for the cabin, and I have an idea of what I want the cabin to look like when it's finished, and that's what I'm striving for. So we still have a little bit of stuff to tear off this cabin, like this bridge and this old piece here, and the old bathroom has to be torn off, and a few things like that. So that's something that I'm going to get at today and tomorrow, and tear off some of the aspenite as well, and remove that insulation that's behind, that's probably moldy if I had to guess. And then we can go from there. Hopefully next week the road is cleared up and I can get some equipment in here, and then we're going to go at jacking the cabin. And once I get the cabin jacked, then renovations can start and the new addition and building can start. But until then, we have to tear things apart. I started ripping the back part of the cabin off a couple days ago, and it was an old wall board that was there, very thin, and it all came off like in strips like paper. And now we have to get into tearing this off, as well as taking out the insulation, because this is where the new piece will be built on eventually. And so just gotta strip the old stuff, and of course the heaves and stuff here gotta be stripped as well because they're rotted. I have my mom and her best friend coming over now for the next couple days to give me a hand, and we're gonna do some cleanup first here on the land with all the alders that we had cut. And I guess we'll get some of that burnt and some of it taken away, and then we are going to start back at the cabin and remove some of this stuff. This stuff was not so easy to come off as the cedar shakes. It's rotted.
How come you're taking that off today?
We'll take this part off.
I sees you going once.
hard to come out.
It sure is hard to come out today.
No shortage of nails, I'll tell you that.
Your mother was just drilling me.
This stuff is coming apart in pieces. It's really hard to get off in one full sheet because of the nails, but it's all rotted. No shame on this hammer, over 50 years old. Busted her today.
I'm gonna need a ladder for up there.
Big one or small?
Yeah, no, down there. Your ladder.
This one?
Yours. No matter what one.
Yeah, no, don't. This one might be too wide to put there.
It might be.
There you go. That's rotted.
What?
That's rotted.
Yeah.
I don't know. See if I can get my fingers in. Ready?
Yep, 1, 2.
There you go. Got it? Yeah. Down. Come on, give her. Put a little oomph into it. There you go. Oh, you took out a nail there. I got no time to.
Another one. Go with her.
So we got all this much done so far this morning, and we just got the top aspenite left to do. The insulation seems pretty good in the building, as well as the studs. Seems perfect, and the stringer. So a lot of the aspenite was rotten, so of course we have a burn pile for later. All the bathroom is gone. That section is already gone, and we're keeping what we can salvage, of course. So now we're going to go and grab some lunch. It's a beautiful day, not a draft on the river. Gonna go grab some lunch and then come back to work. Lay it there, or we'll come down with the bike down once we get all that. All I'm doing now is burning it off. I ate that many nails.
Right,
The poor old chain.
I'd say 4 chains pretty rough now, isn't it?
So I'm glad I'm not using my good saw.
Sure.
So we got all the bridge and everything removed from here, and which is great. I just put a couple beams in here just for reinforcement on this roof part until we get some actual new beams put in there. But it's looking really great. And I also got all the back hasponite off as well. And they're just finishing off the last little couple pieces over there on that side. And I'm going to start packing up some of this stuff here into the quad tray to take up. Some of this is burn piles and some of it is good. So just gonna have a fire later and get rid of some of the old stuff that we're not using. What are you doing, Miley? What is that bucket? Pina coladas. Is that what you're drinking, Miley? Pina coladas? I seriously have no idea how this cabin stayed up. Like, this is one of the posts, as well as that one, and that one, and every one of them is busted off on the main beam. So I did stick a couple of concrete blocks in there earlier just in case, and we'll have all new blocks put in this next week. And then we can go from there. Just here after all day now. We've been on the go since 7:30 this morning and been outside all day, and we got pretty much everything done that I wanted to get done today. We got all the back part of the cabin tore off and all the bridge and everything tore off, so it's right ready for the boys to come now to get it jacked up. So we're just here now tidying all the wood up from down there that we tore off today and cleaning off all the ground. And got a fire going, and we're just burning the stuff that we can't salvage, the stuff that was rotten, and then the stuff that we can salvage we're packing up in the shed. So we're just gonna take the evening now and to relax. We're all tired, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'm hoping that the next one will be jacking up the cabin, and then once we start jacking up the cabin, then we can get to the building part, which is the part that I'm excited for. And that's going to be exciting, and I can't wait for that one. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that one, and we'll see you next week here at Adventures Off Grid.